Where's my little... Sometimes you got to use a little bit of tippy tap pressure there. I got a bad seal right here. It's leaking. It's got to be addressed. Even though it was leaking, they did a good job of keeping it full. Because the level should be right to here. So it's been running back and blowing around everything. We fix the seal, we fix the leak, and then when the time comes, we can pressure wash and clean this. I want to reuse the 410 to 1 rear end ratio in this Packard rear end, or it's a 411 to 1. We're just moving it forward 6 inches, moving the shock mounts forward, doing away with the springs, putting in a 4-link, bottom link, up to the frame, triangulated top link here to up here somehow. That'll come about when we get the rear of the car cut off so you can see it, because I'm not going to lay under here and do all this fabrication on my back. I'm really impressed with this gear oil. Okay. I got to make sure I've got the right gear oil for this. There is no torque setting for this nut. So what we're going to do, according to the directions that I could find on a Packard site, we take the nut off, we mark everything, we count the turns the nut comes off, then we pull this out, we change the seal, we put that back, we put this piece back in, we line this piece back up to our mark on here, and then the mark we put on the nut, we crank it down until that mark lines up with the mark we put on this, which corresponds to the mark we'll put on this. So I'm going to take a cutting punch and just put a notch in the metal, because cleaning down here, like you're going to see in a minute, it'll just wash off that white paint. Not bad at all. I wouldn't hesitate to reuse that, except I put it in a dirty pan, and that's not going to help. Now, to protect the driveway and the wife from beating my butt if I get anything else on her driveway, next spring I gotta redo it for her. She wants it sealed and looking pretty. Whatever. These are puppy pads. Best invention when you're working on a car. Okay. I'm not going to be using the straw. Always keep the straws with the cans. Everybody grabs them and they throw them down, and I go to get them. My stuff's missing. I just threw everybody out of the garage. I'm tired of cleaning up after them. They want to tear their stuff up, they go for it, leave mine alone. So first up, we're going to clean that. Boy, does that smell good. The non-chlorinated style. Okay. That shoulder's not working today, so I have to use the other arm. Man. Okay. Let's see what we're doing here. I want to reuse the rear end, like I was telling you. Cleaned up better than I thought. We'll soak it. There's no way that nut's going to come off today. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't feel like doing a whole bunch of work. Especially since it has to come off my hand, because I got to count every revolution so I can put it back on the exact same position for the preload. You overload these, you'll destroy the pinion gear. Don't put it tight enough, it'll flop around and tear the seal back out. And this one is bearing's good. It's right there where it needs to be. I need a screwdriver of some type. What do we got here? Oh, I'll put it clear over there. My arms aren't that long. I should put my welding hat on like I used to do when I'm under these cars. Need to get that crud back away from where my work area. I'll worry about a clean rear end after I get a seal in. Fill it up and it's not dripping. That will be. Okay. Phew. Okay. This isn't a lip seal, that's the rear end. This lip is inside there, so this seal is going to be a pain in the to get out. And now it's a waiting game. Give it a chance for this to soak in. The next time in here, I'll clean this off again with the brake cleaner. Bring my punch in here with the big hammer and put a mark on this surface, on this surface, and on that nut. So I can count the revolutions off. I'll touch it with a white paint pen, but during the cleaning and stuff, a lot of it will come right back off, but I'll still have a reference point because it'll be etched in the metal. Now that rear end was a little bit low, but not much. Somebody had done a good job. There's the fill hole. This is the level right here. It didn't get that much. It had enough to protect the rear end, but didn't have enough to be considered full. Now the issue with the brakes, I'm gonna tell you right now, 1940 they used asbestos for everything, so I'm gonna be wearing a lot of PPE while I'm opening up these brake drums and updating to non-asbestos brake linings and getting that stuff. I'll wash it away. Now these are the caps. That's not a normal cap for a U-joint. Usually you got the round part that goes on, then you either got a clip at the end that holds it, or you got a C-clip that comes in on the body of the cap, or a bolt piece with U-clamps. This is the first one I've seen where the fitment hardware and structure is made into the cap. And those things are heavy. They're made nice. So we're just going to sit here and let this thing soak and drip all it wants to. I'm going to put this right here where it's safe. Put the tools on that so I can roll them out and get to them. I'm going to have to clean that, but I'm not going to do it right now because I probably have some more to do. And then we're going to fold up the first nasty fold. Okay. And then we'll bring this fold back. I'll just fold it like this. It'll absorb anything I spray on it. Zoomy the dog will be out here with her nose around it trying to figure out what I'm doing. Now I've got a seal located and it'll be here tomorrow, supposedly. So I will come out tomorrow and I'll wrench this off with the parts cleaner, and then I'll bring my punch and my big hammer out here and I'll mark this casting, and that nut for my alignments. I'll mark them with a white pen so it's easy for me to see down here after I clean it and let it dry. We'll shoot a little blast front. We'll get the socket size on there. I'll get my 1-inch drive. I might be able to put my well, I can't use the impacts. I've got to count the turns. Dang it. I'll just block that wheel so it can't turn, so that it has to turn the nut. And then I will put a mark on my socket to line up on a mark out here that corresponds, so I can have an accurate counter, whether it's 10 or 12 or 16 or 20, whatever, because that's how many turns I got to put it back on. Because if it does what I want it to do, this will match to this, and that end will have a new input on it and a conversion U-joint to go to the T5. I think it's a 5-speed. I said 4 earlier, but it's a 5-speed when I looked it up, like an overdrive, which is perfect for this. Because if not, this 411 will have that motor up there, that 100 horsepower flathead, screaming about 5,000 RPMs at 60 mile an hour, and you'll blow this thing up. And it's not going to be, if it's going to be driven on the freeways and stuff, I need to be able to get it up there and get it in overdrive and let it roll. My parts guy, who's got my starter, my other OG car builder, I like to call him, it's got my starter. He's dealt with them before. I've never opened one of them up, being a old excavator working on old farm equipment and his equipment, that he's used to that. So he gave me a bunch of pointers. He's got my starter. He's actually going to go ahead and just do it for me, he said. He'll call me in about 3 days so I can pick it up. Because once I got the starter, we can start this engine. The firing order was wrong. We got the firing order corrected. We got everything else I could find corrected. So I need to spin it and get some gas going to it. The carb's trying to respond better. And I'll just take this and I'll turn this. I'll put a mark here, not to score the part where the seal goes in. I'll come up here and put a mark dead center, and I'll come over here and do the same thing on this nut, just like I'm cutting a hole in it. Just put a notch in it, and then I can mark it with white paint on the socket on that, and I can count the revolutions. I really would like to go out with the old and in with the new all at one time when I'm right here. This car's brakes are so good, the emergency brake still works. That's hilarious. I've never had an old car with emergency brake that worked. The heater cowl vent opening works perfect. I mean, this car was stored inside up until the guy bought it that I got it from. He'd only had it outside for about 6 weeks. So I'll get it done, and then when the back of it's off, I'll degrease it with some friendly degreaser. It won't hurt the blacktop driveway. And then I'll just get this thing cleaned off, scraped off, cleaned up, and get ready to cut the body and move it forward. Because once I cut the body, I'm going to have the 4-link and everything. I'm going to be taking stuff off that truck left and right till there's nothing left. I'm going to have to be lubricating a bunch of stuff, doing some stuff. You got grease slung up here. So basically that's where we're at for the day on the rear end on this. We're waiting for the seal and the starter to be back on site. I'm done playing with this one for the day. I'm going to take my flashlight inside, charge it up. I'll leave these parts under here, and we're going to go inside and work on the workbench and do some stuff on Brittany, the V8 MGB.